with Anthony Morrow. I am Colby Daniels. And my man, always good to see your face. We are inching into the All Star break, just a couple days away. What's happening today, my man?
Not much, man. Just working. Me and G, we got the sports entertainment business, man. Couple meetings, just been in meetings like every day, bro. But I will say this, my daughter made the National Beta Club and she's in the National Honor Society down in Atlanta. So
Congrats.
super proud to wake up to that today. You know
That
what I'm
is
saying?
awesome.
Baby Anaya, aka Mumu. So I'm proud of that.
Congratulations. That is very, very cool. I know
Got a
that you
good
are
plan.
very proud.
Absolutely. And one of my twins, Malachi, he made the AB honor roll, so he was very excited. And he said he was going to do it. It was a goal of his.
There you go.
So he set the goal and he met it. So it's good. Kids doing good. Fam doing good. Everybody good, man.
That's good. That's good. I got to tell you, I had a lot of people over the last week tell me that they are 100% in on our Duck Duck Goose idea and wanting to see
Oh,
like professional athletes do a game of Duck Duck Goose.
bro, tell them we need investors.
That's
We could
right.
be on ESPN.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you. Now it's getting real. Appreciate y'all.
Let's make it
Shout out.
happen. Let's make it
Oh, that's a great
happen.
idea. Look like you made it happen, Cole. It look like it's coming into formation.
If that actually happened, I would just laugh my ass off. But
It would be crazy, bro.
it would be so crazy. It would be so crazy. All right, so let's jump into the Thunder. The NBA is investigating the Thunder for the San Antonio game where they sat 10 people. All five starters were out for that game. SGA, J Dub, Dort, Chet, Hartenstein, Caruso, I think, was out for that game. AJ Mitchell was out for that game. I think that was the day they had traded Usman Jiang, so he was on the injury report. NBA is investigating them for that because that was a nationally televised game, and obviously they don't like that thing happening. But we did get the Thunder playing in Los Angeles earlier this week, playing the Lakers, and pretty much everyone was back other than SGA and AJ Mitchell, who are both going to miss their All Star competitions this weekend. Still with that both of them have ab strains. Everybody was back, and I thought J Dub in his first game back after missing the last 10, the Thunder went 5-5 in that stretch. Played a terrific game, game high 23 points, 10 points in the fourth quarter. I know that he wasn't necessarily in rhythm early, but man, he was a closer against LA on whatever night that was, Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. My days are mixed up, but
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it was Tuesday, I think. So they get it. I mean, I think it's worth it if you the Thunder because it's not like they're a lottery team. Like they're gonna be a 1 or 2 seed, probably number one seed. I'm not really mad at that. I don't think none of them really care about that. I mean, because I'll take the fine to protect the players. If I'm a 1 seed, like I'm not really tripping on that. But the league got to do their due diligence. That's a lot of players to not be playing, so it got to be maybe something in the water. But at the same time, man, I'm not really mad at it. If they did make that decision, they already like that organization knows what's coming with that. If you're making that decision to what you feel like protect your players for the rest of the season, and that goes on a lot. The players, the executives, GMs, some of the owners probably like, look, man, I don't care what it costs. Like, sit 9 of them until after All Star break so we can make this playoff push. So if that's the case, I don't know, but if that's the case, I'm cool with it. If I got the capital to say, look, we'll take the fine, but we're gonna make a playoff push because it's gonna mean more. We're gonna make more when we get in the playoffs with incentives, and then we get in the finals. We're gonna be done even that up. I made more than what we, took that punishment for. So I think we'll see a lot more like championship contending teams doing this around this time. Because I told you what we said last episode, dog days.
that's right.
So after All Star, people really lock in. So now it's like, all right, who's going to be the first to figure out how to kind of rest these guys so that they have more horsepower moving forward towards the playoffs after All Star. Because
And
guys really don't want to go to All Star, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna,
Right.
I'm gonna just say it right now. I don't care who you are. LeBron James has been the face of the league 23 years. He already said, man, Christmas game. Also, I wish I could be home with my family, just hanging out. And I feel what he said. You a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point. But I mean, I was in rookie sophomore game, and I was in a 3-point contest one year. And that's like the most stressful time when you in an actual event. Like at the time, 3-point contest, we didn't know she was pregnant with Caden. So like it was weird, like it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like every time we go downstairs, I'm like, y'all don't even come downstairs with me. Because they just standing around looking at me, signing autographs and taking pictures. I can't get out. It's 20 minutes. You can't even, and it's just me. I'm like, where do LeBron and them come in? Like in the back? Like what? There's no way, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I loved it. I ain't gonna get me wrong, I love all the fans, but like 20 minutes to get outside to the car service. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's crazy, bro. They asked me, you going to All-Star weekend? Hell no, I ain't going to All-Star weekend. Boy, I'll be right here in Charlotte. But it's a great. I went on a tangent, but yeah, man, that's real.
I do want
I
to
feel
come back. I do want to come
I'm
back to this topic because I have some questions about All Star Weekend for you. Um, I will say, as far as the Thunder resting people, though, like it's not like these were healthy guys that just were game day scratches, right? I mean, several of those guys had been hurt for a significant period of time. Like J Dub had not come back yet. AJ Mitchell had not come back yet. Shea was already going through some things, and then ultimately he's been out now for a period of time. A lot of the like Caruso and Hartenstein had missed a bunch of time. So, and they had just got some other players back from injury. So it's not like, they just decided, hey, we're not going to play anybody for no reason. I mean, it was kind of a mix of guys that were just maybe starting to get healthy again and some guys that had just gotten banged up. And I think it all kind of merged at one point where it just made more sense on the second day of a back to back during this tough stretch to sit all those guys and get healthy for this last week before the All Star break. But they pretty much I think have everybody back for the next couple days until after the All Star break, and then Shea will be reevaluated. That doesn't mean he's back 100%, but he's going to be reevaluated after the break. But I like where they're at. I like the focus, and I think it's going to be fun to see how they lock in following the All Star break. All right, so you mentioned being there and going through everything and just the grind that it is. How many of your teammates that went to the All Star weekend, like, and you don't have to name names if you don't want to, but like, how many of those guys like really looked forward to it? How many of those guys kind of viewed it as like, this is such a pain that I have to do this? Because I mean, the game, I think, in some ways reflects maybe the attitude of like, this is such a pain, I don't want to do this. Let's just go through the motions and get done with it.
the only time like teammates, well, that I was there with, um, that would probably Darren Williams. No, he wasn't mad though. He wasn't complaining. Like he wasn't complaining at all. He was actually really because this is the first time I was on a private jet. So we left from Jersey to after our last game or whatever to go straight to I think it was Orlando. So they flew the family, but I went with Billy King and his people and then Darren and then it was me on the private jet to Orlando. And D Will was cool. He was cool, man. I mean, I think he was still in his prime. So I'm like, it's like you earned this, bro. So like, and then he was like, you earned to be in the 3-point contest. So he was really cool. We didn't see each other a lot during All Star because he was an All Star and I was, in the 3-point contest. So like, everybody has like different like, everybody's with different shoe companies. So I was with Nike at the time, so I was with the Nike people, and I think he might have been with Nike, but he was with the Nike people. You know what I'm saying? Like in the different rooms. But nah, he was it was I mean, for me, it seemed like he was having a good, because I didn't see him till afterwards. We got back to Jersey. But nah, it was cool, man. And I never heard any of my teammates, even if I didn't go to All Star, ever complain about that. It was just what it was. It's only now that people see it. Well, now I mean they change it so guys have more days off
Right.
after the break, which made sense. And I think they probably should have did that earlier. But Yeah, I think, I never heard nobody other than now complain about it, because a lot of guys, man, that's like, man, I could just take my wife, my family to Disney World or Cancun, for these days, because you got to go back and it's back to you know what I'm saying?
I
But
mean,
yeah.
it's somewhat of a contradiction because it's such an honor to be named an NBA All-Star, and I think like anybody that grew up being a fan of the NBA thinks it's such a cool thing to be an NBA All-Star. Simultaneously, the season is so long when you're actually going through it, to not have those extra days off and that extra time like everybody else in the league has to, recharge the battery a little bit has got to be somewhat frustrating. So there's got to be some like mixed emotions a little bit to be going through that process.
I mean, it's like you think about LeBron, he's been an NBA All-Star for like 23 years straight. Even when he was hurt a few years, I guess, maybe, I don't know, a couple years of that. But you're talking about 20 plus years of that. You know what I'm saying? And he earned it, and he can't help it. It's who he is. But you think about guys like Kevin Durant, like I don't even know, 17, 18 All-Star, 19, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he played in them. So it's like you don't, it take a toll when you playing into late May, June. After a while, if you every year that for like 17, 18, 19 years, but I mean, it's still an honor because you got guys like who's the first time All-Star guys this year?
We've
Um,
got like Jalen Duren,
Jalen Durant. Like if you him,
Chet.
I'm super excited.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even though they got it cracking in Charlotte the other day, it was crazy.
that was
But it was
wild.
crazy, bro. I was like, oh, it's back to the 80s Pistons. Like, but nah. Yeah, so it is what it is. You can't really change the rules on that, but it could be leniency on those guys that's like one out of nowhere, like once in a lifetime players, like guys like that. Steph, Braun, KD, those some of those guys like that.
I've always been kind of fascinated with the, I guess, level of like interest in how hard you're going to play in the All Star game. Because some guys kind of like are out there just kind of going through the motions. Then you have some guys that are like, I want to make a statement. And like Russ, every All Star game he played in, Russ like felt like he was on a mission. Other guys are
Trying to
totally
be
happy to just pass the ball and sit on the sideline and just kind of have a good time.
Yeah, nah, Russ was trying to be the MVP in every All-Star game.
Yeah.
And he deserved that's I mean, he can't not play like he has to play like that. You know what I mean? He's just wired that way. And I respect that. Because that's what the game I was watching I think it was like the 88 All-Star game. And they was out there being like fancy, been doing some stuff they may not do in the real game, but they was still competing.
Right.
Like you watch All-Star game now, people was just standing around. You know what I'm saying? Like they was still trying to play back then. But I see the difference. I had to go back and watch a couple of them All-Star games. I was like, nah, I see the difference. They was really like what's that, the '03 with Mike last one where the East came back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Allen Iverson and them was on Vince. I think Vince. That was a really competitive All-Star game. That was like the '80s. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't had that kind of consistency in the All-Star game
I
since.
watched the other day. I saw the one. I think it was Jordan's last one when he was in Chicago, and that might have been Kobe's rookie year, maybe.
Yep. Yep. Kobe and Kevin Garnett.
Kobe and Kevin Garnett. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a fun
I think
one.
that was their second year, his second year, KG third year.
Okay, okay.
When
But
he
that
played a
that was
lot.
man, that was such a fun time in the NBA, and it also like I loved when players wore their home jerseys in the All Star game and not these like ridiculous all-star uniforms. Like give me everybody wearing like their jersey, the home and the away if you want to do it that way, but I think that's way cooler than
I
wearing
like
like
that.
an actual all-star jersey.
I like that idea. But the jerseys looked way better back then than they do now. No disrespect
That's
to Nike.
true. That's true.
No disrespect to Nike. But either that, they can go back to that. I like that idea. But also, I forgot the NBA, the old school, the 80s, 90s,
Oh
80s
yeah, yeah,
joints
yeah,
with
yeah.
NBA
Yeah.
All-Star. That was cool too. If they could go back to that, I think that'd be super cool, super dope.
Yeah, I do
It
like
was
those. I do like the old school ones, but we just got into this like period of time where they're so ridiculous, and I'm like, I would
yeah, it
never,
just do
like, as a
anything.
fan, I would never wear something with that sort of like look to it. Like, like if you gave me a shirt that was logoed with old school NBA All Star stuff, I would wear it. If you gave me a
Right.
shirt from like this year's All Star game or like, I'm like, I don't, that doesn't do
I'm
anything
good
for
on.
me.
That's gonna sit over there in that bin
That's right.
to my son because he'll probably like it, but I can't do nothing with it.
That's right. That's right. Did you so when you were in the 3-point shooting contest, did you like attend all the other events or like what was your experience like with your event and then like your I guess spectator experience?
Well, yeah, and 3 point when I had to be there, like it's like mandatory. It's like mandatory stuff you got to do. I was at the time. Shout out to my people out there at China, man. Peak, the shoe company, apparel company, shoe and apparel, and I was with them. So they was showing mad love, but I had to do a lot of events for that. You know what I'm saying? Which was cool, but it's like everything leads up to like you do like all these events during the morning, and then in the afternoon you eat, then you do more events, and then it's 3 point contest. Like ain't no time to be in the gym. Well, I'm used to being in the gym for a few hours, especially back then, at least a couple hours or something. So by the time the 3 point contest started, I was like, they gave me this I remember they gave me like a last minute endorsement. It was like we give you like woody whoop 10,000 just to use this before you shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a hand powder, like the joints LeBron threw up in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that. So I don't even remember the name of the company. And I was like, remember feeling like so unprepared for that, man. Cause I begged Billy King. I was like, yo, I'm in it. I said, can we just order some? You could take it out of my contract. Order some of the basketball racks so I can like work on this. Cause I'm in the gym at night anyway, after practice, whatever it is. He was like, yeah, I got you. We only had one basketball rack that we already had. He never ordered the other four for me. So I was like moving the rack around, but like I couldn't get my timing right. So I ended up getting bounced out in the first round. I had like 14 threes, but I didn't finish my last rack because I couldn't get my timing right. Because I'm so used to shooting like in my own rhythm, but you got to shoot differently off the basketball rack. So like I'm like, if I make it to the second round, now I know what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody, Kevin Love was in that. He might have won it that year. Kevin Durant, I think. I don't think Steph was in. Steph, one of them. But like, man, that shit. Everybody hit like 18, 19, 22 in the first round, and I had like 14, and I didn't even finish the rack. So like, all right, the last rack. So then, like the second round, I'm still there. We still camaraderie. All of them shot terrible in the second round. 8, 9, 11, 8, 9, 10, 9. I'm like, why y'all didn't do this last round? You know what I'm saying? But nah, it was a great experience though. And then getting to see the atmosphere of the 3 point contest since that's always something I always wanted to do since I was a little kid. It was a dope experience.
It's such
I was
a
hurt.
unnatural shooting situation from what you like work your whole life for, right?
Yeah, because we used to catch and shoot. So I was like, get the racks, Billy. Please, OG, get the racks. So I could do that. I've been in there every day leading up to that. So it was like, okay, I know. Okay, I know. It had just
Yeah.
been natural. But it's like you catch it, then you get your feet set. Like you can't even, you don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Because you're shooting essentially like you're shooting 25 shots in a minute. Now we can do that catch and shoot, but off the rack is different.
How tired are you when you get to those final couple racks?
It depends, because I mean, most of them guys in shape, so it's not even about like it shouldn't be about. If it's about that, then you got some other stuff going on. It should be about being in shape. It's just about timing, you know. So like most of them guys, I mean, all of them are in shape, especially when you're in the middle of the season. Um, but it's just about like we talked about shot ethic. Like a guy like Klay Thompson in the 3-point contest, I put my money on Klay in his prime every time. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't care if he miss, he shoot the same way. Like it's just like that for some guys. It's a lot of guys like that too, but I
Yeah.
mean Klay was ones like that to me.
Did you stay and watch the dunk contest after your 3-point contest was over?
Yeah, yeah, we stayed and watched it. I forgot. I don't even remember who was in it, bro. It was so long. It was like 2012. No, 2000. This is almost like 15 years ago. I don't remember who was even in it. But
It's
we definitely stayed and watched that though.
it's kind of crazy because there was a period of time where the dunk contest was such a big deal, and like in my mind I have a stretch of dunk contests that I can remember, like the winners and the dunks, and then somewhere along the way it just kind of like fell apart, and now like I couldn't tell you who most of the winners are. I can't remember a ton of the like exciting moments of dunk contests like I could for a stretch like in the 90s, probably until like Vince Carter maybe like ended the dunk contest, because I think when Vince Carter won, nothing was ever going to top that performance.
That might be what messed. No, that's not what messed it up. And I'm not. This isn't my necessarily opinion, but KG said it. He said when Braun never competed for it, that makes sense now to me. Because back then I'm like, they compete against each other. He not really, he just talking shit. He talking junk. But that makes sense now because if Braun competes in that, then John Morant, Anthony, and Ant Edwards compete now. Because the only thing, the last dunk contest I felt like was relevant was like Nate Robinson had a run, which was kind of cool. It was really cool.
That
And then,
that that also was like he had like 30 attempts, which
yeah, that got drawn out. That's true.
yeah,
But Aaron Gordon, Zach Levine,
Aaron
that
Gordon,
was like
Zach Levine had some
people
good
like
ones.
got to turn the TV off, and it was like, hold on, they doing some crazy stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? And that kind of that started it, and then it went back to all right, I'm about to turn this off, and you know, so but yeah, I mean, it just ain't been consistent since Vince, excuse me. When Vince had that was crazy because Vince, I mean, them guys really competing. Tracy McGrady, people forget Steve Francis, Tracy McGrady wasn't just in there like not doing like they could have won if it was any other year,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. I just
And
think
Kobe did it early in his career, right?
yeah, Cole, but Cole was around the era where people was really watching the dunk contest,
Right.
especially because he was out of high school, you know. Um, it was just narratives behind the dunk contest, like the narrative of Dominique Wilkins and Mike. Like that was like you could write a book on that.
I've
You know what
I've
I'm saying?
watched that dunk contest so many times.
Yeah, it was real. Like it was really like it's like really competing. Like now it's like oh we just playing around. And now it's to the point where they're like, yo, no disrespect to the guys. The street ball guys come in and duck against the NBA guys. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna compete in that from the league. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah.
how crazy these guys. I'm like, they don't even know how to make it like ratings wise relevant. They don't ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do though.
Yeah. I think for me, if you get more star power, I don't think you can get 30 attempts, because that I don't know, that just like how can you, if you miss a dunk like that's part of it, right? Like you gotta make your dunk, and then like I think the props in some ways have gotten a little bit ridiculous also, but um I guess you gotta try to be as cutting edge as you can possibly be, and yeah, I don't know. There may not be any fixing it short of having like actual like all-star caliber players participating in it, but I have preferred the 3-point contest over the dunk contest for a long time now.
Yeah,
To me, that has become by far the premier event. The way the game is played now, I mean, the
yeah.
3-point shot is so prevalent in success in the NBA that is the premier event of Saturday night. So if you could put together your dream 3-point shootout contest all time, who are you throwing in there?
Craig Hodges, Larry Bird, Steph. Didn't Steph win it twice or something?
I think that's
Three.
right.
Steph. Damn, it's getting kind of tricky now. I don't know.
Steph and Clay, right?
Yeah, I think Clay won. One, yeah, put Clay in there. That's four. Um, did Dirk win one? I don't know if
Ooh,
Dirk won.
maybe.
That fifth one gonna be. Let me see.
Here we go. I got winners.
All right.
We've got Tyler Hero, Dame Lillard won it twice. Towns won it. Curry twice. Buddy Hield, Joe Harris, Devin Booker, Eric Gordon, Clay, Marco Bellinelli, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, James Jones, Paul Pierce, Daquan Cook, Jason Capono, Dirk in 2006, Quentin
Mm,
Richardson, Vashawn Leonard, Peja Stojakovic twice, Ray Allen, Hornacek twice, Steve Kerr, Tim Legler, Glenn Price, Mark Price twice, Hodges 3 times, Dale Ellis, and Bird 3 times.
yeah. So what I said? I said Craig Hodges, Bird, Steph. You said Dame won it twice?
Dame won it twice, yeah.
I'm gonna go Dame. Fifth, I'm going Mark Price. Not in order.
Yeah,
He won it twice, and it's Georgia Tech. So
there you go. There you go. I that would be so awesome. And it's
yeah,
also cool because I think in that one you get more like high profile stars participating in it than in the dunk contest.
it's crazy that Mark Price shot better in the league than he did at Tech with his career he had at Tech. If you look at his numbers, bro, we got to come back to that, bro.
Okay.
Mark Price was cold.
Oh yeah, he could ball. He could ball for
God,
sure. All right, let's wrap up on this. The other night, J Dub Jalen Williams had his high school jersey retired in Arizona. The entire Thunder team showed up to attend the jersey retirement ceremony, which was very cool. So I gotta hear some high school stories. I'm posting our high school basketball pictures on the podcast so everybody can see them. But you sent me a picture, which I'm going to put up on this podcast, and you said that was a night that you scored what 50.
nah, I probably didn't have 50, man, because my coach wouldn't let it. Like, you know, a lot. He's sitting me for like the last quarter and a half. Sportsmanship. Shout out to Coach Jerry Faulkner, man. My second pops, I call him, man. That's my guy. But he was one of those old school coaches like that. Nah, it was sportsmanship. You got 35, sit down. So it was, it was like that. At that point at the free throw line in that picture, though, that might have been like points 27, 28 with
What was
3 minutes
your
left.
what was your high school career high?
Damn, bro. I want to say like, I think it was like 62 or something like that. And I ain't playing the whole game. It was something crazy. They had the tray ball work in the post game, off the dribble, the mid range, the midi was going, the hezzy pulls was going, like it was crazy. Everything came together. But yeah, that was probably about 62, something like that.
How many threes did you? What was the most threes you hit in one game in high school?
That I don't remember. I would say, nah, you know what? Might have been against Providence. That I might have hit about 7. Because like I was kind of essentially I had to play the 5
Yeah.
or 4 before. So like it was matchup problems. You know what I'm saying? So like yeah, probably about 7, 8 threes. And that was at Providence Day. Ain't none of them gonna deny it either, because they know what time it is. You get them on here too. So like that.
What's your best high school basketball story in terms of a game, whether that's like just going off or big comeback or big shot made or just like one-on-one rivalry with somebody? Like when you think about high school basketball, is there one story that comes to mind first?
Winning our first state championship my junior year. Um, Really both of those, bro. But the first one meant a lot because I remember, and this is me being like a kid. We got to, I think we played at like Cardinal Gibbons or something like that. The tournament was there. It was my junior year. And I remember like, damn, we ain't got no school. Because my school was extremely like tough. Like it's one of the most like, yeah, like curriculum wise is prominent in the Southeast, Charlotte Lab. And I was like, we ain't got school, but we cannot lose today because we're gonna have school the rest of the week. So I was like, I had like 35 that game. I'm like, we gotta keep moving. So after that, like we had the momentum. And then we got to the championship. I was like, man, this is our moment right here. Like we got down to half. I remember I ran in the locker room. I was going crazy on my teammates. Not like bad crazy, just motivating. Coach came in and was like, y'all head out there. And he told me we won. Coach told me after the game, was like, I didn't have to say nothing. Like, we listened to you from outside, you know. So it was like, that's what it is, man. I'm like, hey, we not going back to school tomorrow, bro. We're gonna get a long weekend, and we all we have to do is hoop. We can beat them. They had beat us earlier in the season. I forgot who we beat, like Ravenscroft or something like that. And I'm like, we can't lose to them twice. And then the second year, we ran it back my senior year. But that's what I do miss, though, man. Like high school basketball. I go to a lot of high school basketball games now, but what we doing, I got a lot of clients. I train a lot of the kids, so, and it's just that feeling of like, when they run it out, the lights go off,
Yeah,
cheerleaders go crazy, the crowd
bands
going
playing,
crazy,
yeah,
and the band going crazy. Like, they give me goosebumps at every high school game I go to.
yeah.
But yeah, I miss that.
It's a
I
ton of
miss that.
fun. So I got to share one story with you. This wasn't my best game by any means, but it's just one that I love to tell. I was a freshman in high school, sitting on the end of the bench, not getting any playing time at all. And so I'm like, we're playing our rivals. It's a close game, back and forth. And I'm sitting at the very end of the bench with one of my best friends. He didn't play either. We were both freshmen. So we're like most of the game just like cracking jokes to each other and BSing and, like looking at the cheerleaders and talking about the girls, that we have crushes on and stuff. And just, all the stuff that you do when you're like not going to play at all. And I probably
Yeah.
hadn't played in several games anyway. So I knew I wasn't going to play that night. So I'm like not focused at all. I'm just sitting on the end of the bench. There's like 2 seconds left in the game. It's tied, and there's an out of bounds play, and they call it, I think, for us, and the other coach gets a technical foul. Score's tied. So we get to shoot free throws, and our coach yells at me to go in the game. And I'm like, what?
Hey, crazy, bro.
So I just like jump up and I'm still wearing my sweats and everything from pregame warm
Yeah.
up. So I take my sweats off and I run out there and I just run to midcourt. Like I have no idea why he's putting me in the game, but whatever. So I just run out to midcourt and I'm standing there and he's like, "You're shooting the technical free throws." I was like, "What?" Because I am not locked in at all.
At
And
all.
I walk up to the free throw line. Again, 2 seconds left, score's tied. The girl I have a crush on is like a cheerleader right underneath the basket. I'm just like,
Right up
oh my.
under the basket, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, what is happening right now? And I don't know how, but I swished both free throws. We win by two. I had 2 seconds of playing time. And it was just the weirdest, like, heroic moment, I guess, because like no part of me even imagined that I was going to play in that game, and I was not locked in at all. And maybe because of that, I wasn't as nervous as I should have been in the situation. But it was
Hey
pretty
man,
funny.
salute to you, bro. Nobody can do that. Like a lot of people can, like you might be one of like 2% of people that can do that. Cause I know what it's like when you not playing at all. I ain't play a lot my freshman year either. And then like somebody got hurt, like, hey, come on, it's your turn. We prepared, but I'm like, with that though, 2 seconds left, your crush up under the cheerleader up under the basket. That's courageous. She became your girlfriend after that?
No, no, the free
Oh,
throws weren't enough to
oh,
get it
oh, you
done.
gotta
But
finish it. You gotta finish that deal on that, bro.
yeah, yeah, it
It's
was
solid.
it was funny though. Like it was such a random thing that I never thought was even close to happening. So, thought I'd share that story. And since the guys celebrated J-Dub getting his high school jersey retired, we thought we would share our couple of our high school pictures with you guys. All right, Ant-Man, we are out of time, so we're getting ready for the NBA All-Star break. Enjoy All-Star weekend, and we will do it again soon.
Absolutely, bro. Peace, bro.